Meghan Markle's story has always been about control. From the moment she joined the royal family, she learned how to tell her story in just the right way. Whether it was carefully planned interviews, fancy magazine covers, or the popular Netflix documentary, every public moment was carefully planned. Every word was chosen to show her as a strong duchess who could stand up to the royal family. But control only works when you're the one setting the rules. In a courtroom, there are no filters, no perfect lighting, and no friendly interviewer. And that's where everything fell apart for Meghan, when her own sister, Samantha Markle, took her to court. This legal case took away all the usual tools Meghan used to protect her image. The irony is hard to ignore. For years, Meghan made it seem like Samantha was just an unwanted half-sister, someone she could remove from her story with a few short comments and interviews. Meghan called herself an only child. That helped her story seem more emotional, like she had to go through life alone. But words can have serious effects, especially when said in front of the whole world. Samantha wasn't okay with being erased. So in 2023, she filed a defamation lawsuit, saying Meghan's comments hurt her reputation and made her seem like a liar. At first, Meghan thought this would be a small problem. Her expensive lawyers could take care of it easily. But instead, it turned into a serious threat to her image. What made it worse wasn't just the case itself. It was when a judge fired Meghan's entire legal team in one strong decision. Imagine walking into court with high-paid lawyers who you trust to protect you, only to have the judge say they're not good enough. Meghan had depended on these lawyers for years during royal scandals and media problems. But in a Florida courtroom, the judge watched how they handled things and decided they had to go. People in the courtroom said Meghan looked shocked and scared. She held onto her notes tightly, her face pale, clearly shaken. For someone known for always looking calm and in control, this moment showed a very different side. Across from her, Samantha sat quietly with a small smile, her documents neatly stacked in front of her. She didn't have to say anything. The shift in power was clear. Meghan had always had the spotlight. She was the famous duchess with millions of fans. But now, Samantha was the one everyone was watching. The half-sister people once thought was jealous and unimportant now looked like she had the upper hand. The media loved this story. Just hours later, photos of Meghan crying were all over the internet, with headlines like "humiliated" and "exposed." Samantha was shown as the woman who finally got justice. On social media, people used hashtags like #Meghan meltdown and Samantha strikes back. Memes compared Meghan's strong Oprah interview with her shaking hands in court. Late-night comedians joked about a duchess being defeated by her own family. Even people in Hollywood started wondering if Meghan's brand could survive this. Meghan's career depends on people believing her story. Her deals with Netflix, books, and speeches only work if people trust her. If her story starts falling apart, everything else could too. Samantha seems to understand this well. For her, this lawsuit isn't just about money. It's about making sure she's not left out of Meghan's life story. Every time Meghan ignored her, Samantha pushed back harder. Now, she has the help of the legal system, where PR tricks don't work. This time, Meghan couldn't spin the situation into a story of strength. The courtroom belonged to Samantha. Meghan's tears became the news headlines. Headlines Samantha didn't even have to write. The royal family stayed quiet. Over in England, Buckingham Palace didn't say anything. Meghan had called them cruel for years. But now they could just sit back and let Samantha do the work. Their silence was powerful. Meghan, who left the royal family to gain freedom and control, was now learning a hard truth. Her biggest fight wasn't with royalty. It was with her own family. That Florida courtroom became more than just a place for a legal case. It turned into a stage where people's true reputations were tested. Meghan's fall from public favor didn't happen because of the lawsuit. It happened because she looked caught off guard and alone. Reporters said she was holding her notes like they were a life raft, looking around like she hoped someone would come help her. In an interview, that kind of moment might seem emotional and strong. But in court, it looked like weakness. The Duchess, who once stood proudly next to Prince Harry, now seemed fragile, small, and unprepared. Samantha looked calm and confident. She's not a celebrity or a royal, but that actually helped her. She came to court without a team of helpers or photographers. She brought papers, statements, and a quiet confidence. When the judge fired Meghan's lawyers, Samantha didn't react much. She just sat back and let the moment happen. Cameras caught it all. Meghan crying. Samantha calm. The power between them had completely flipped. Outside the court, the media went wild. Tabloids ran pictures of Meghan wiping her eyes, calling her the defeated Duchess. News shows replayed the footage over and over, looking closely at every move she made. Social media had no mercy. People made memes, hashtags trended worldwide. For Samantha, this wasn't just a legal win. It was a win in the court of public opinion. She didn't even have to fight for attention anymore. The news wrote itself. Behind all the headlines, the risk to Meghan was huge. Her post-royal career is built almost completely on her image as a truth-teller and survivor. The Netflix series, the Spotify deal, Prince Harry's memoir, none of it works if people stop believing in Meghan's version of events. If Samantha could prove even one lie, everything Meghan built could fall apart. Hollywood is careful with its money. No one wants to back a story that could fall apart. Meghan's power wasn't just about being famous. It was about being believable. And this lawsuit cut right into that. People in Hollywood noticed quickly. Big executives started asking quietly if it was smart to invest in Meghan's future. Publicists wondered if her image could be saved. Some agents even began pulling away. They didn't want their clients to be linked to someone the press now saw as dishonest. In the world of entertainment, perception is everything. And Meghan's image was falling apart faster than anyone expected. Meanwhile, Samantha didn't try to take the spotlight. She gave short, thoughtful comments to the media. She didn't show off or act proud. She let Meghan's breakdown speak for itself. That made Samantha seem more believable, more grounded, like someone who was finally being heard. For someone who had once been called bitter and jealous, this was a huge shift. The courtroom, and maybe even the world, was starting to see her as the person who dared to stand up to a duchess and win. The royals still said nothing. Their quiet strategy worked better than any statement. They let Meghan's own problems be the center of attention. Every tear, every bad headline, every embarrassing moment happened without them saying a word. It was the kind of revenge that Buckingham Palace could never plan, but they still benefited from it. Meghan, who used to blame them for her pain, was now hurting her own image on her own. As Meghan's lawyers were dismissed, one question grew louder. Who would even take her case now? High-end lawyers like big cases, but they hate losing. Defending Meghan meant being part of a case that looked impossible. She needed strong help, but in this one place where image didn't matter, the courtroom, she looked completely alone. The headlines kept coming, each one more painful than the last. Tears in court. Duchess exposed. Samantha's victory. Meghan's face was everywhere, on TV, on websites, in newspapers. The woman who used to turn public sympathy into power was now the target of jokes. Experts talked about her every move. Her shaking hands, her sad eyes, her cracking voice. The media she once blamed for being unfair was now enjoying every second of her downfall. What made it worse was the cameras waiting outside. Meghan came out with her staff, but no lawyers. Her face was red from crying, and she looked exhausted. Reporters yelled tough questions. "Do you regret lying about your sister? Will you apologize to Samantha?" She didn't answer. That silence made things worse. Meghan used to speak powerfully in interviews, with well-prepared quotes. But now she couldn't control the message. That loss was heartbreaking. Samantha, on the other hand, handled the moment perfectly. She didn't brag. She gave a short, calm comment about truth and responsibility, and walked away. That calmness made her look even more trustworthy. The image of Meghan hurrying past reporters while Samantha stood still told the world everything. The half-sister who had been ignored was now the one in charge. Behind the scenes, Hollywood was worried. The deals Meghan and Harry had made now looked shaky. Studios questioned whether audiences still believed in Meghan. Book publishers were nervous about future projects. Even charities that once supported her were now worried. Meghan's reputation is her most valuable tool, and it was losing value fast. For Samantha, this lawsuit wasn't just a personal fight. It was proof that she mattered. She had spent years in Meghan's shadow, called bitter and jealous. But now, she was the one who forced Meghan to face the truth. Her smile wasn't loud or mean. It was quiet, the kind of smile that says, "I told you so." This drama wasn't just family gossip anymore. Meghan had been a symbol of strength, a duchess who left the strict royal life to follow her own path. But now that image had cracked. Social media turned her courtroom tears into viral memes. People posted clips of her Oprah interview next to her falling apart in court. Even her fans had trouble defending her. The images said more than words ever could. Meghan looked broken. Samantha looked calm. And the royals? Still completely silent. That silence said it all. Meghan once accused them of being cruel. But now, they didn't have to say a single word. People called it the perfect revenge. The monarchy didn't fight back. Meghan was undoing her own story. As legal experts talked about what might happen next, one scary question kept coming up. Can Meghan even find another lawyer? This case is toxic. No one wants to be part of a losing battle. Without good lawyers, Meghan's chances of winning are low. Worse, the longer this goes on, the more the media will enjoy every failure. The damage isn't just about court, it's about her whole public image. Meghan's success came from one big idea: her story matters. If Samantha makes people question that, even just a little, everything Meghan built could fall apart. The deals, the support, the brand, all of it could disappear. On the courthouse steps, as Samantha left and reporters followed, she looked back just once.